What's your experience with history?
So I studied history at GCSE and A-level, and I read a few historical books, and can't say I go visit museums much, but if somebody asked me I wouldn't say no, and I do quite like them.
The introductory video at the Banqueting House, how do you feel about it? Did it provide information that you needed to know then? Was it an effective introduction to what was to follow?
Personally, I don't think it was effective because I don't really like videos. I find them very boring. So it doesn't really hold my interest and I will zone out, so I won't really get any information from it. Probably was telling you a lot of useful stuff, but my attention was gone for the first 2 minutes, so I don't think it's very helpful at all.
What was the biggest turn-off for the video?
Well, it wasn't a very interesting video. It was basically just a guy talking and showing images and fact after fact after fact, and couldn't really absorb it, so it probably was too long. So that was definitely it, but I don't really like videos. Yes, that's true. So it's probably also part of just my learning style. Maybe they could have had different methods of introduction so that people could have learnt it in different ways.
The audio guides, which being the primary method of information being communicated at the Banqueting House, were they effective at getting it across?
I personally like audio guides, so I liked it a lot. I really liked how you just had somebody talking personally to you and you could pause it and rewind and stuff, so that makes the information a lot easier to take in. However, I would say that it was really difficult to control which information you learnt, whereas if you had a visual thing, such as if they had a written board next to different parts, and you can learn which information you want to read and so on. So sometimes I would be listening to stuff about James I, which I already knew, and I wouldn't be able to skip it because it wouldn't miss anything. So probably what would be better is if they had some kind of contents page or something, so you could be like, right, I want to listen to this, so I'll skip to this bit, which they did do. They were like, oh, if you want to learn more about this, then go to this part, so I would, but then that they didn't do it for all of it. Also, well, not everybody likes audio guides, so they probably should have had different methods, because it was literally just the audio guide. That was the only way you're going to learn anything. So yeah, but overall I did really like them, thought they were really helpful.
You mentioned that there was stuff you already knew. How much of it was new information, and also was it relevant?
I think I knew a lot about the background history. I knew about Charles I and his father, James I, so basically I knew a lot about that already. It's still interesting to listen to it because it has been a while since I've done about anything about Charles I's execution, but mostly I wanted to know about the paintings and what they represented, and then link it to historical facts. So that was the frustrating thing about the audio guides, was that you were listening to descriptions about how the architecture was done, etc., and then background information to Joseph I. It was only like the 6th section when we finally got onto the painting, which I really wanted to know about. So I did find it really interesting. Just kind of like, okay, I kind of know this, let's move on, sort of thing.
As a kind of summary, what were the things you enjoyed and what were the things you didn't enjoy?
Really liked looking at the paintings, that was really nice. Really liked looking around. I liked that they had places where you could sit down so you don't just staring. I liked that they had mirrors so that you can look at paintings more closely. That was really helpful, so you weren't craning your neck. Well, I'd say, like, just generally it was just a nice place. I guess it just felt okay. I was just going up there just to see one room. I don't really know what else could have been done, but it just, I don't know, I just feel like I could have got more from it. And then yeah, after a while I was just kind of like, especially because I didn't know what was going to be next in the audio, I was kind of like, well, I can't really be bothered to sit and listen to it anymore, so I think that's what they would work on. But overall, really did like it. Yeah.